I don't think people are going to be queuing up to fight Andrade. They never have been, have they? You know.
What can he still take away from this fight? I mean, he had such a late replacement, but
belt.
still. I mean, the belt's
Third world title.
Aside from the jewelry.
Yeah.
And what can you take away as a boxer from
12
this fight?
rounds. Being active. You know, he's been a year without a fight. And take away the fact that he was training for 8 weeks for a slick southpaw and then had to go in with a crude puncher that he didn't really know anything about at all. Nailed him with everything, with shots that would have put most people to sleep, and he just kept getting up. And then when he got injured, I think he just decided to just go into cruise control and make sure that he got the win.
Can you, when we spoke earlier, you also mentioned that if Farmer had a quick night, he might be back in November.
Yeah, I asked him. He said he'd rather go in December.
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. No, I didn't mean November. I meant
December.
December.
Yeah, I think he needs to go. Sometimes, like, a fight will finish and they'll have so much adrenaline that they'll be like, I want to go, yeah, December, yeah, get me out. And then they have a week off, and then another week off, and then sort of think, December's 8 weeks, you know, like I go in January, but then you've got to train over Christmas. But he does want to be active, but he has been quite active, you know. Well, it's quite a quick turnaround since the Billy did fight as well. So he can box whenever, like all these guys we've signed, they can box whenever they want.
So you or Lou will talk to him or his management?
Yeah, so do you want to go in December? If not, you can go in January. I thought he was brilliant tonight.
He did great.
And I think Tennyson should be pleased, because some fighters, when they get a shot, sort of turn up and don't, like, they let it pass them by. But he actually tried to win the fight.
He was just outclassed.
He was. So
Thoughts on Mercanti's performance, Tom?
Who?
The Mercanti stopped 2 fights, arguably prematurely. Crowd reaction.
You talk about the referee?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought
Mercanti.
Yeah, so my thoughts is that if that was, which fights did he do?
He stopped the Doherty fight, and then he stopped the Tennyson fight.
Yeah,
Both
so
seemed
the Doherty fight is a different kettle of fish. The guy couldn't win the fight. I did think that was early, but the guy can't win the fight. So you know, it's like with the Tennyson,
it's a title fight.
I would have probably liked to see him let him get up, which he would have got up. He would have beat the count.
It was a body punch.
Yes, but he was getting repeatedly hurt to the body, and he didn't really complain, to be honest with you. Like he sort of went, I'm all right, but it's not as if he was disgusted. I mean, he went down 3 times with body shots, and yeah. So, but in a world title fight, I would have liked to maybe have let him get to his feet and say, "Are you okay?" And then, you know, because sometimes a fighter might go, "Yeah," like as if to say, "Please stop it," you know. And I think, again, I don't think he was going to win the fight from that position. But it's body punches, and do you look at body punches differently than head punches? You know?
Speaking of getting up and going the distance, were you impressed by Ryan?
Yeah, really good. I mean, he's probably fighting a division above his natural weight. You know? Yeah. Probably a super featherweight, but I thought he's a very talented fighter. And Tommy Cole boxed really well. It was a great fight.
That was the best fight.
Yeah, it was really good fight. And you know, I think
it was a little closer than those scores. Also,
yeah. Tommy Cole's always in good fights. And I'd like to see Ryan back as well.
Does he really love his America as much as he says?
He does. He's absolutely loved it. He's loved it. There's a lot. These Brits, you know, they're getting the chance to come and fight on these shows and experience something completely different. As a fighter, you know, as a British fighter, a lot of them who don't experience big stadium shows or headline in the UK, to get the opportunity to box in America, for them, it's like, you know, it's a great experience.
You mentioned what you saw tonight. How do you think a fight between Boo Boo and Canelo would go?
I think it's a brilliant fight, and I think everybody in boxing knows Andrade is probably one of the most skillful middleweights out there. He needs to be flowing, because I think he's a fighter that fights off confidence as well, and I think you could see that he's not got the confidence, despite the injury tonight. You know, would he, if he wasn't injured, would he have tried to close the show? Maybe, but I think if he was flowing, he would have, and also he was getting hit around the arms and gloves by this guy who punches. Like Freddie Roach told us, he's had him in the gym and he's just like leathering people in the gym. So when you're as skillful as he is, sometimes you don't have to get involved. But of course the fans like you to get involved, you know. So I think tonight was just about getting the job done and then moving on. I think I would give him a chance against Canelo, but I do think Canelo is outstanding. So.
Were you pleased from? Did you feel like he gave with the 4 knockdowns early that you got enough action from Andrade, or would you?
Yeah, we did. I mean, again, if his shoulder didn't get injured, I think he would have thrown that shot. I mean, I think all of the knockdowns came from that left hand, didn't they? Like the slip left hand. So that was the shot that he would have thrown in round 6, 7, 8, 9, and I think it would have had the same effect. But he didn't really throw it. He threw a bit of a wide one, and he sort of coasted at the end. If that fight got stopped in round 4 or whenever it was, the final knockdown, I think everyone would have gone, wow, what a great performance. Yeah.
How likely is a unification maybe with Jacobs?
Yeah, that's like he's got to win first.
He's gonna fight Canelo.
Yeah,
Right.
Who, Jacobs? I think.
He's gonna fight Canelo. Is that what you said?
I think the favourite. I think Jacobs. If Jacobs wins on Saturday, I think he'll get the Canelo fight in May.
Wow.
But I think Andrade will go January, February with another defence, and if he has to wait for a unification, then I think he'll go again in May or June, and then I think DAZN. I mean, look at Rob Brand tonight. Beating Murata.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a regular title, but still he's got to think. DAZN are looking at all the middleweights and thinking, let's get as many as we can because it's going to be 11 fights for Canelo, and we need all the opponents we can get.
What's the score with Billy Joe? Will he have to become mandatory to get that fight, or is that something you
Yeah,
can do
maybe.
outside
I mean,
the
I don't.
situation?
Again, Billy Joe's a bit like Andrade in that he's not someone you automatically select because he's good and he's tricky. But it's a big fight. There's a lot of controversy, and we'll see what the WBO decides in terms of the length of ban. We'll go from there.
Eddie, you mentioned Providence. Where else do you see Matchroom USA going in the States?
Well, I'd like to go to Texas. I'd like to go to LA. We haven't done a show there. I've loved being in Boston. We really enjoyed Chicago as well. We've done New York to death loads of times. I'd like to try everywhere. I'd like to try Washington. Yeah.
Any shows lined up?
We're going to Atlantic City November 17, and then January we'll go in January once, and then I think we'll take Andrade, whether that's January or February.
What are you
to
doing in the United
Providence.
States?
We're doing Gerald Miller, we're doing Luis Arias against Gabriel Rosado, Brandon Rios against Ramon Alvarez, Canelo's brother, Clarissa Shields as well on that card, Ricky Burns, Ergashev, etc, etc. So, and then we've got the Canelo fight on December 15th with Canelo against Fielding. Better be against Joe Smith from our side, and probably one more fight of ours, whether that's Katie or Tevin or something like that.
Eddie, it's a little surprising to hear Jacobs might come next because couldn't that derail the 11-fight plan pretty early on into the,
I think, yeah, I mean, there'll be a rematch clause probably, so they could do a rematch if he wins. The Canelo fight was close with Jacobs before, very close. I mean, they made us an offer. We went back. We made a counter offer, and we got quite close. And then, unfortunately, they've done the deal with Triple G. So, I think the Jacobs fight will be likely for May, but he's got to beat Derevenchenko. It's going to be a very tough fight.
Do you think Triple G will eventually come to DAZN for a third fight with him?
Maybe. I mean, look, there's a lot of ego, isn't there? Like, does he want to work with Golden Boy? Does he? I don't know. But unfortunately, whatever way he looks at it, the big money fight for him is Canelo 3. And there's no fight that even compares. I mean, people talked about a Murata fight. Well, that's dead.
Right.
So he has to fight Canelo. I mean, that's the big money. Like, it probably pays in 5, 6, 7 times any other fight. So, we'd love him.
Eddie, I gotta ask you about something outside of your promotion.
Go on.
Broner and Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Do you think Broner can win that fight, or is that a mismatch?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you never know what to expect with Broner, really. You've got to see him get in the ring first, but it's a decent fight.
What chances is he? I mean, is he a huge underdog in your favor? Is it more of a pick'em to you? How do you fancy it?
I'll make Pacquiao the favourite, but Broner's decent. Depends what weight is that. I don't think he's a real 147, but nor's Pacquiao.
What's next for your main man, Anthony Joshua?
April the 13th at Wembley Stadium, hopefully Deontay Wilder. I mean, I saw him come out today say he wants 60-40. I mean, it frustrates me that people are thick enough to think he actually wants this fight if he's coming out with comments like that. Because we're doing everything we can. We're making calls, we're asking for meetings, we're having meetings, we're sending offers, we're sending contracts. But then he comes out with something like that and you just feel like you're completely wasting your time.
What do you feel is the fair split?
65-35, 60-40.
Is that presuming he knocks out Tyson Fury?
Yeah, I think if he knocks out Tyson Fury, it does good pay-per-view numbers. Could he get 60-40? Maybe.
Eddie, is Andre coming to the press conference?
Yes, he is. Where is he, Scott?
What do you
And Eddie,
What's the pay-per-view that you expect for Wilder versus Fury, realistically?
300, 200. No one knows who Deontay Wilder is.
what does that mean for the negotiation if he really surprises and blows
If
over?
he does $1 million plus, we'll give him 50-50. I think that's probably fair enough. If he does under 300,000, he should take 80-20. If he does under 400,000, he might get 70-30. And if he does over 500,000, we'll give him 60-40.
So is Tyson Fury putting everyone on as far as not the way he's acting, but his comeback? He didn't look so great in the last couple of
No,
fights.
he's not. I mean, look, Fury's a great guy. Fury's done brilliantly well to get back in the ring. Have you ever seen him in a good fight? No. The only way he can beat Wilder is to do what he did against Klitschko, was to bore the pants off of everyone and to hold and grab. But it was still a brilliant achievement what he did. He went and he beat Klitschko in Germany, so you have to give him credit. But he's not entertaining to watch. And he got booed out of the ring against Pianetta, because that's what he does. It's not entertaining to watch. But, you know, he's going for it, and you have to give him respect.
Did you talk to Conor possibly about him fighting Paulie?
No, I didn't get a chance to ask that one, no. I was a bit starstruck, to be honest with you. Like, there's not many people that actually, like Sugar Ray Leonard's one, and obviously he works for DAZN now.
Mickey?
And Conor, Mickey Ward, yeah, a little bit, but Conor McGregor more so. Like, it was like, well, he's a
Did
cool
you get a
dude.
chance to talk to him or say hello?
I said hello, yeah.
What did he say?
He said he did a video and he said, Eddie Hearn, I admire your hustle. I was like, nice.
Nice.
Made me feel good.
We all admire it, Eddie.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Eddie, do you think there's any way Floyd Mayweather would take a rematch with Canelo on DAZN?
Who knows? I know the owners have got the money to make it happen.
What are the noises you get back from Mayweather Promotions about Tevin Farmer and Gervonta Davis?
Generally like, those kind of noises.
So you feel like they're ducking?
No. I'm talking about, I've made Mayweather Promotions offers to co-promote Gervonta to get him out and to get him loads of money. And they're not really interested in that. And, you know, the next thing is I'm trying to move towards a Tevin Farmer fight. I think Tank would fight Farmer like that, you know. But it's just like, they don't want to let him. Like, how can you hold someone back from taking a deal that's like 3 times more money than you're making, and it will keep you active, boxing you 3-4 times a year?
We only fought once this year?
Terrible. He's brilliant. Tank's brilliant fighter. Great style, exciting. Should be boxing 4 times a year. What is he? 24? Something like that.
Jamal Charlo only fought him
Yeah,
once too.
he should be.
So
a
is that Al Heyman's
superstar.
fault, or?
Good.
What do you make of how Floyd treats his fighters?
It's not for me to comment, but I ain't seen many happy ones.
How do you feel about the zone going forward? Do you think it's the future of boxing?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think streaming is the future of TV and content. The Canelo deal was massive for us. Gives us huge amount of credibility and huge amount of subscribers. We've got a long way to go. Chicago was great. Tonight was good. We'll move on. We've got to sign a couple more major guys, and I feel really good about it.
Because realistically, you guys have Joshua, Canelo. Now, if you get Triple G, that's the top 3 guys in the sport.
Exactly.
So,
Well, we've already got the top 2 guys in the sport, so let's get 3, 4, 5, and 6 as well. And now we've got another middleweight world champion tonight.
Thanks, Eddie.
What do you make
All right.
of
Cheers, Eddie. He's here.
All right, let's talk to you in the new.